Hey, folks, welcome back. And do you know why I like leaks of surveys that have gone out to customers? Because it gives me something that isn't quite news, but is beyond what I have in the background here, speculation station for me, which speculation station for me is just here's what I think is going to happen. So this gives me some room to play. And the surveys that I'm talking about today are Southwest. Southwest is putting out a premium credit card. They are putting out surveys about a premium credit card. And their premium credit card, they are looking at between a $395 annual fee, think Capital One Venture X, and up to, we'll say about a $595, as the survey seemed to indicate. Maybe they go a little bit further. Southwest has indicated, strongly indicated, actually stated that they're going to be building out lounges as well. Now, there are a couple of locations that make a lot of sense for Southwest to target for lounges. First would be Dallas Love Field, where their headquarters are and where their primary flights out of Dallas are. Gives you a sort of an option in your home base of operations to have a lounge there, so you're good. I think they also fly out of DFW, but not nearly as much as Love Field. So if they do fly out of DFW, some lounges at DFW would be available to Southwest customers. But if they're primarily flying out of Dallas Love, which Dallas Love is their headquarters, it would certainly make sense to offer a lounge there first and foremost. So Dallas Love is almost certainly going to get a lounge with their new concourses being built. You could see Nashville, that CEO Bob Jordan has mentioned Nashville as a location where they want to build a lounge. Nashville doesn't have a ton of lounge coverage, as per a friend of the channel, Dr. Vinny Boombatz. He's mentioned that they don't really have, they've got like Minute Suites, they've got an Admirals Club and a USO Club, and that's about it. A Southwest lounge would be a welcome addition at Nashville. Thinking about other major locations that Southwest flies out of, Midway is starved for lounges in general. They just recently got a club introduced at Chicago Midway. A Southwest lounge at Chicago Midway would go pretty far. You could certainly see them adding capacity at BWI, another not a well-known location in terms of lounges, but BWI would certainly make sense to add a lounge for Southwest. Dallas Love Field is already mentioned. They've got a huge presence in Denver for flights, so Denver would make a lot of sense. I don't think that there's any more space that can be squeezed for a lounge in Atlanta. If there is, I would rather see Chase go after it than, say, Southwest, but we'll see. Then we're going to break down what we have in terms of options for the Southwest cards as presented from View from the Wings. So Southwest hints strongly at a premium credit card and airport lounges in surveys sent to customers. So Southwest surveys point to premium cards and lounges. View from the Wing has reported that some Southwest flyers have received surveys soliciting input on the perceived value proposition of a number of still theoretical premium cards ranging from a $395 up to $695 in annual fees. Also, the surveys that customers shared with View from the Wing saying in no uncertain terms that Southwest will be opening premium airport lounges in multiple Southwest hubs. So the Southwest hubs would certainly indicate that Dallas Love Field, Chicago Midway, Nashville, BWI, Denver would make a lot of sense. So access to these lounges would be included with whatever premium card ends up being introduced to the market. And it's among the specific features Southwest is asking survey respondents to prioritize. The full list includes unlimited priority cardholder access to Southwest operated lounges featuring complimentary food and beverages, Wi-Fi, power outlets, and more. Unlimited access plus one guest to priority pass lounges via select membership. So I don't think you're going to get priority pass plus restaurant, but this would be an airline card, and not a lot of airline cards that come to mind include full priority pass. There is the terrible JetBlue Premier card, and I believe the Atmos card also comes with Priority Pass Select. And that's about it. Global entry or TSA pre-check fee credit once every 4 years. Select preferred seats and upgrade to extra legroom within 48 hours of departure. Option for premium card holders. This is status light because I believe A-list or A-list preferred members get this feature as part of their status. So having the premium card gets you the ability to sidestep that. And a free round trip ticket worth $400 after spending $25,000 in annual spend on the card. Whatever. Round trip up to $400, you could actually do pretty well considering Southwest pricing. So we'll see. The survey indicates other benefits are being considered, including a flight-specific or general travel credit. General travel credits are usually more well received, but it is an airline, so it makes a certain amount of sense that a flight specific credit would also go very far. I think we'd rather see general travel on a flexible currency card like the Chase Sapphire Reserve, and a flight specific credit for, I don't know, flight specific cards. So I could go either way on this one. Am I going after this card necessarily? No, but if I were a Southwest customer, a flight specific credit would be my preference as someone observing from the outside. Confirmed extra leg room upgrades after meeting an annual spending threshold. I really hope that threshold is not 25,000, maybe 15,000 for confirmed extra leg room upgrades after meeting an annual, and like for the remainder of that flying year or the remainder of that calendar year. So get your 15K out of the way in like April. From April to December, you're getting extra legroom upgrades all the time. We'll see. Clear credit, this would be huge. This would need to also be added to the Chase Sapphire Reserve. This is one that I would be paying attention to for a Southwest premium card, because Chase and Southwest are going to be working very heavily together on this card. If Chase is able to secure through Southwest a clear credit, like a Clear Plus credit, they should be working with Clear to bring that to the Sapphire Reserve. So this would be a huge benefit not only for Southwest flyers, but potentially Sapphire Reserve holders. The Sapphire Reserve, because Chase has made it known that the Sapphire Reserve is still going to get iterations and will be iterated upon going forward. So this makes a certain amount of sense. A clear credit would be huge on the Sapphire Reserve. I would love to see the precedent established with a Southwest card so that the Sapphire Reserve getting it shortly thereafter wouldn't be a huge shock. Authorized user lounge access should be a pretty easy win, even though lounges are currently crowded. Authorized user should get access to a Southwest lounge. Additionally, any Southwest lounges outside of airports where there's already a Chase Sapphire Reserve lounge, I assume that Sapphire Reserve holders should also gain entry into these lounges. If Chase and Southwest are working really collaboratively on this, that would make a ton of sense. And that is something that should be happening in lockstep as they bring these lounges online and bring these lounges out for folks, because you got to at least get people in the lounges. And if folks aren't compelled to get a Southwest premium credit card, at least allowing Sapphire Reserve holders into those lounges would make a certain amount of sense. Seating, bagging, and boarding benefits, obviously, airline card makes a lot of sense. Ability to earn elite qualifying points on spending. Think of MQDs for like one MQD every $10 spent on the Delta Reserve, or one MQD for every $20 spent on the Delta Platinum. Annual elite qualifying point boost certainly makes sense if you're going to charge $695 for a card or $595 for a card to give something like a 10,000 point status boost just from jump. Makes a lot of sense. A hotel or vacation rental credit, that could work. I could certainly see something along those lines. I don't know if Southwest having a direct hotel partnership like United has with Marriott, or Delta has with Hilton, or American Airlines has with Hyatt, especially because that spend should also include. That would be good. Rideshare credits, Lyft makes a lot of sense. General rideshare also makes a lot of sense. To take a page from the United cards that were refreshed earlier this year, that would be a good idea. Generic rideshare credits, as somebody from the outside, makes a certain amount of sense. Chase, if you're listening, the Lyft Pink, just giving Lyft Pink access to the Sapphire Reserve should be one of your next big objectives for the Sapphire Reserve. Lyft Pink is fine. We don't need Lyft Pink All Access. All Access is nice, but we should get a discounted rate for All Access. You should just give us Lyft Pink as part of the Sapphire Reserve. Additionally, the Edit by Chase travel benefits. This could be interesting. I don't know. I could see them doing like the broken semi-annual portion of spend $250 in the first half of the year, spend $250 in the second, get $250 in the second half of the year, 2 night stay required. As the Edit grows, getting more folks into the Edit certainly makes a certain amount of sense. This would be more on that $595, $695 side of things. This would not be on a $395 card. Dining credits, certainly an option. Don't know how that would work. Wellness credits, certainly an option. Again, don't know how that would work. Upgrade Point says, of course, none of the above is confirmed. This is information found in a survey sent by a third party to select Southwest flyers. We can assume that the contents of the survey were approved by the relevant parties at the airline. However, just because these kinds of benefits are mentioned doesn't mean they're guaranteed to make their way into a final card product. Some of the benefits as the survey recipients are asked to rank in terms of importance: Southwest lounges with complimentary access, priority pass select membership with unlimited access, including when guests, global entry TSA pre-check credit, preferred seat selection, upgrade to extra legroom within 48 hours of departure, free round trip ticket for $400. I think all of this is going to make a final card in some form or fashion. Which of these cards do you like most? Offer 1 is the Delta Sky Miles Reserve card. Breaking down the benefits of that card, offer 2 would be a Southwest Rapid Rewards credit card with a $595 annual fee. This would come with a welcome offer of 80,000 points after spending $4,000 in the first 3 months of opening the account, 4 times points on Southwest purchases, 4 times points on hotels and car rentals, 2 times points on dining, 4 times points on groceries, 1 times points on everything else. Points can be used to book flights, hotels, car rentals, and more with discounted pricing for card members. Card member annual airline benefits: $100 travel statement credit automatically received as reimbursement for any travel purchase made using your card. Southwest lounge access, whatever. First check bag free, up to $70 in value per round trip. Does not mention any extra baggage for your companions on the flight. Earn 8 extra legroom seat upgrades for every $15,000 spent using this card. Upgrades can be made at booking, so that certainly makes a lot of sense. Group 5 booking, boarding, cool. Group 5, I imagine, is like their after A-list preferred, blah, blah, blah. $200 clear member credit, annual credit for fast track entry at 50 plus airports. So this, I assume, is not going to be $200. It would likely be $209, but semantics. Earn 1 round trip for up to $600 in value, good on Southwest operated flights after spending $50,000 through the card. 2,500 tier qualifying points boost each year, plus 2,500 tier qualifying points after every $5,000 in spend. Authorized users enjoy lounge access, seating, bag, and boarding benefits for $125 authorized user annual fee. Ouch. But this is also what's going on across the credit card industry. So it's the same usury fee as the VentureX is putting on in February. Can't really hate that. Additional benefits: $100 hotel and short-term rental credit, including Airbnb. Interesting. Benefits at premium hotels: $100 property credit on your stay, daily breakfast for 2, room upgrades if available, and more. $100 rideshare credit, Uber or whatever, up to $50 semi-annually. Gross. $200 dining credit up to $50 quarterly. $120 wellness credit for fitness apps, Peloton, fitness trackers, Apple Watch, mental health apps like Calm, and virtual personal training sessions. Put that wellness credit on the Sapphire Reserve. Give me a more general wellness credit than the Peloton, and I'll be slightly happier, although $120 isn't really scratching the surface. So more is more. All right, then they do a whole other version of the card at $595. This is the same 80,000 points. This is 4 times points on subscriptions and monthly bills, gym memberships, phone bill, insurance payments, etc. Interesting. 2 times points on groceries, 10% discount on Southwest tickets, and 1 times points on everything else. $100 Southwest flight credit automatically received upon your account anniversary, be used for future Southwest purchases, access to the Southwest lounges, unlimited complimentary access to 50 plus partner lounges for you plus 1 guest across Southwest network, complimentary access to 50 plus partner lounges. I assume Sapphire Reserve lounges would be included in there. Are they using their interline agreements with EVA and Iceland Air? What is their partner lounge looking like? Cool. First check bag free. Don't know why it's still up to $70 value. Whatever. Earn 5 extra legroom seat upgrades for every $10,000 spent. Cool. 2 complimentary priority boardings each year, plus get 2 more priority boardings when you spend $25,000 through the card. Interesting. TSA pre-check, whatever. Free round trip up to $400 in value after spending $25,000 through the card. 2,500 tier qualifying points boost each year, plus 2,500 tier qualifying points after every $5,000 in spend. Not bad. $100 hotel and short-term rental benefits at premium hotels. That's the $100 whatever. $100 rideshare and parking credit $100 dining credit, $150 luxury shopping credit, up to $75 credited semi-annually at Saks, Nordstrom, Coach, etc. Barf. All right, next up, we would have Southwest Rapid Reward cards at the $395 tier. These would both have 80,000 point welcome offers. Option 1, 6 times points on Southwest purchases, turns to 8x after spending $75,000 through the card. Not bad, but that's a lot to spend. 2 times on hotels and car rentals, 2 times on dinings, 2 times on subscriptions and monthly bills. This includes gym memberships, phone bills, insurance payments. Somewhat compelling. 4x on groceries, 1.5 on everything else. Spend $10,000 using this card and receive a 15% discount on Southwest tickets every time when purchasing with your points. Give me Take 15. Don't make me pay to unlock Take 15. But this would also come with the $100 Southwest flight credit, access to Southwest lounges, obviously, first check bag free, priority seat selection at booking, and upgrade to extra legroom within 48 hours prior to departure. 2 complimentary priority boardings. Cool. $240 global entry. So this is global entry for yourself and a family member. That's cool. 1 round trip up to $400 when spending $25,000. Whatever. The tier qualifying point. Benefits at premium hotels. So this would be $100 private property credit, daily breakfast for 2, room upgrades if available, and more. Complimentary membership with premium car rental programs. Avis budget includes special upgrades and discounts. $200 shop the way you like credit. Use this credit toward a wholesale club membership, Amazon, Costco, or shop at luxury retailers up to $50 quarterly. So this is like that $200 splurge credit, except it's broken down quarterly, which is gross. $75 sports and musical events credit. Use this card to buy tickets at sites SeatGeek and Game Time and receive $75 back credit to your account on your anniversary. Then we've got the other $395 option. That would be 4 times points on Southwest Hotel, 4 times points on hotels and car rentals direct, 4 times points on international purchases when traveling outside the United States. Interesting. 4 times points on dining, 2 times points on subscriptions and monthly bills, and 1 times points on everything else. 10% discount on Southwest when available when purchasing with your points. So this would just be a flat 10% off the top. $100 travel statement credit automatically received on as reimbursement for any travel purchases made using your card. So $100 travel credit, like the Sapphire Reserve, used for any travel. Cool. Lounge. Access to 1,300 lounges worldwide with priority pass select for you and a guest. Free check bag. Still don't understand why it's always just saying 1 free check bag. Whatever. Earn 5 extra legroom seats for every $10,000 spent through the card. Upgrades can be made at booking. Cool. TSA global entry for 1 on this one. Less cool. Free round trip up to $600 when spending $50,000 through the card, and the tier qualifying points. Whatever. So additional benefits. This would be complimentary status with a hotel, with a global hotel brand. Think Marriott, Hilton Honors Gold, Marriott Gold. Benefits such as complimentary upgrades, food and beverage credits, etc. This is bringing complimentary status. This would likely be IHG Premium Platinum if we're going down the Chase only route. But if they're highlighting Hilton Honors Gold or Marriott Gold, like they're using those as examples, Marriott Gold should just be included if Marriott is involved in any way, shape, or form with the card. So complimentary hotel status. So this could either be IHG Platinum, would be the one I would make the easiest guess on. Marriott Gold would make a certain amount of sense. Hilton Gold would be out of left field, but amazing. And then maybe Hyatt Discovers. But complimentary hotel status just for holding the card makes the card somewhat valuable. Complimentary membership with premium car rental privileges, Avis budget, special upgrades, discount, whatever. $100 rideshare credit, $50 semi-annually. Throw that away. $100 open table dining credit. Pay with this card at restaurants reserved using open table and receive up to $100 semi-annually. Also throw that out of airlock because it's not working. But if it works, cool. Then we've got more options for a Southwest card. These would be at $595. Both would come with the 80K welcome offer, whatever. 6 times points on Southwest purchases on card offer number 1, 2x at hotels and car rentals, 4x on international purchases. Cool. Spend $10K using this card and receive a 15% discount on Southwest tickets using points. I don't like paying for takeoff 15, whatever. It doesn't come with like the 1.5, doesn't mention automatic hotel status, but I would assume that the further down that these went, that's what you would get. Offer number 3, this would come in at $5.95, 6 times points on Southwest purchases. Of the 6 times points on the $6.95 would jump to 8 times points if you spend $75,000 through the card. Cool. 6 times points on Southwest purchases over here. 2x on international spending, 4x on dining, 2x on groceries, 1x on everything else, and no 10% or 15%. None of that. This would come with a Southwest flights credit. The other one will come with a travel credit for Southwest purchases. Okay, cool. So a bunch of different options going across the board. I think if you're going to $695, I think including a hotel status of some sort would be huge. The $240 option with TSA Global Entry is great because if you have a family of 3 and your child is eligible for free global entry, that means you and your partner and your kid are all taken care of with one card instead of fishing around for, oh, this card's got a TSA credit and this card's got a TSA credit. Clear credit has to come to the card in any way. A clear credit would be amazing on the card. Chase locking in clear and setting that precedent with the Southwest premium card would then allow them to add it to the Sapphire Reserve, and anything to add to the Sapphire Reserve at this point would be huge. More hotel statuses with the Sapphire Reserve would be fantastic, so more would be great. Chase and Southwest seem to be putting together quite a bit there. The other thing that needs to happen with this, my Chase interns watching this, for all this holy, fix your dining credits. Also, the Sapphire Reserve should get access to any Southwest lounges opening, be they at Dallas Love Field, be they at Nashville, Chicago Midway, anywhere. BWI also makes a lot of sense. Sapphire Reserve needs to have access to that lounge. That would add Sapphire Reserve lounges. That would give you the Southwest lounges. That would give you the Air Canada Maple Leaf lounges, and that would give you Priority Pass. And you're still not done yet because you still got way more to keep doing, and you got to open 8 or 9 or buy the dang club. Anyway, or just buy out all of those spaces from the club. I still think just buy the damn club. Or buy the Collinson group. I don't care. And spin out Priority Pass. I don't know. Anyway, that's going to do it for this one. Just wanted to dig in really deep on these options. Some interesting things there. The monthly bill option with like insurance premiums and stuff like that would be huge. I think the international purchases idea is pretty cool. Thank you so much for your time. Check out the Stack Your Points podcast. I record that with RJ and Komilani and Craig. We do a live on Thursdays at 8:30. If you want to support me here on YouTube, consider becoming a channel member. $2.99 a month. You can cancel at any time. But I greatly appreciate you taking the time to watch this. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.